Webheads, it's the end of July and I am scorching doing these videos in my garage. Anybody got some recommendations to keep me cool in here while recording? Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I am bringing you my top 10 most anticipated comic books for August 4th, 2021. Guys, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And let me just tell you, my gosh, it is so hot, and it's like heat index 106 outside, and this garage is stifling. So if you guys have any recommendations for me to keep cool in this garage while recording, just leave it in the comments below. All right, guys, so let's get started with this week's top 10 most anticipated. Kicking it off with the hot seat. That's right, this is the book where I'm always thinking about dropping, or maybe I might pick it up, or I might not. It just depends on the week and how many comic books I'm buying. But this week's hot seat book goes to, again, The Avengers. This is issue 47. This is World War She-Hulk Part 2. So, the first issue of this story arc has Jennifer Walters being captured by the Winter Guard. And they're trying to bring her to the Red Room and being brainwashed into becoming a widow. So you get to witness that at the end of the last issue. And this second part continues that. Listen, do I think you can ever contain some kind of Hulk and brainwash them? I don't know. This is comics. You always got to leave yourself an open mind. So by the time I got to the end of this, I, for some reason, actually somewhat enjoyed it. Maybe not enjoyed it. It's maybe a stretch. It was like I was intrigued to see where they were going with this and how this is going to change the status quo for Jennifer Walters. Does it make her a more efficient fighter? Does this make her not as stupid as she currently is? But she's definitely changing color because she's part of the Winter Guard, right? So I'm curious to see, so I'm probably going to wind up picking this one up. If you're following legacy numbering, this is issue 747. It's a 36-page count. The price of this comic book is $5, so is it worth it to you? All right. So next, we go on to the book that is actually on the rise. And every time I read an issue of this, it seems to get better and better for me. And this one is actually Geiger. This is issue 5. Now, there's a lot of particular comic books coming out this particular week, and Geiger could have been on the top 10, but I just wanted to let you know, the viewers out there, that this book is actually getting better as you read it. And I think this book would actually read really good in trade, right? So obviously you're learning about Geiger, this mysterious character that got infected with cancer, and he's radioactive, and he can only control his powers by these sticks and whatnot. And he's got a dog that's not a dog, that's a wolf, and I forgot what the heck his name that he called him. I think it was Barney, which was really weird. And the bad guys live in this Vegas, and the king of Vegas actually has a mom that eats human people. Yeah, man, it's pretty dark, and it's just like this desolate world, and people are figuring out how to live in it. I always find it really intriguing. And the artwork is absolutely gorgeous in it as well. So I definitely recommend Geiger out there for you guys if you decided not to pick it up because of the issues that Jeff Johns was having earlier. It's definitely worth it. And I think you'll enjoy this story. So pick it up if you can. $4 for this book. All right, so let's kick off the official countdown with number 10. And if you're looking for a comic book not taking it too seriously and just having fun, this is another one. This one is Extreme Carnage. This is the symbiotic event that's taking place during the summer, and it's a bunch of one-shots in a way that features a specific symbiote, but the story all ties together. And this one is Extreme Carnage Lasher issue 1, as it has to do with the Life Foundation symbiotes, right? And we've gotten reintroduced to Flash. We got another symbiote by what's his name, Phage. This time it's Lasher. And then you wind up getting Scream, which was Andy, and she winds up getting captured. And you think that the Scream symbiote is dead, but I don't think it actually is. They just took it off of her for some reason. I really think this book seems to be featured around Andy and them recovering the Scream symbiote. That's the way I think about it, because she's the one that's, again, most featured in the book. All the other characters just kind of, are there. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's not my favorite, but again, if you don't take it too seriously, it's just fun, right? And if you grew up in that era with Venom Lethal Protector, I think you're actually going to really enjoy this book. So this one's 28 pages and it's $4. So now we move on to number 9. Here's another fun book. This one is from Bad Idea. This is Tankers issue 3. The series is just, I would love to see this in a movie, right? You get to see a bunch of guys that drive mechs and they're trying to profit by going back in time by diverting the comet that destroyed the dinosaurs so they can get more fossil fuels, so there'll be more oil on the earth and they can profit from this. Well, when they diverted that comet, it actually never came and hit Earth. So what happens is the dinosaurs never died off, and now we live in a world where the dinosaurs are still current and they've evolved over the years as well, and the humans have to deal with these dinosaurs. And it seems like the only place that the humans live is like in Texas, and there's just this border and everything else is these crazy ass dinosaurs, and now these guys have to try to find a way to defeat these creatures. Awesome artwork. It's very gory. It's very violent. It's just a lot of fun. When you're a kid, most of us love dinosaurs, right? And robots. And so when you combine them together, dude, it makes for a great time. So I really enjoy this. Tankers issue 3. Don't pass it up. 40 pages. This one's $6. All right, next. Coming in at number 8, this is Batman issue 11. As we're dealing with the whole Magistrate storyline, James Tynion has done a very good job at telling his story, introducing his new characters. I don't think there's a person out there that doesn't read Batman right now. I find myself liking the story and the way it's written, and I love all the artwork, but I just feel like I want to get away from the whole Magistrate thing a little bit. And I think we're going to get that with the whole Fear State event that's going on with Scarecrow. So I think they're going to take a break from that Magistrate stuff. And that's what this story is about, as well as Mayor Nakano, is that the way you say his name? Just put in that order that mass vigilantes is kind of like against the law at this point, and his magistrate is going to take care of them. So that's where we're at when it comes to this whole thing. Like I said, it's leading to Fear State. Solid book. I'm just over the magistrate stuff. So this is 40 pages and this one is $5. And the reason why it's 40 pages, $5 is because you got that Ghostmaker story that's involved in the back as well. So there you have that. All right, so now we move on to number 7. This is a Chip Zdarsky independent book, Stillwater issue 9. I think this series is a really solid series. I unfortunately am one issue behind when it comes to this, so I'm going to have to read issue 8 and 9 together, but this doesn't deter my ranking at all. I just think the concept of this story has been really good, about this town that heals people, and now they're going against each other. And the last issue I actually read was when this kid has this Ewok village. So that's the last issue I read, so I have to continue reading the next issue to see where we're at it. And the description here, it says, Ted loves to welcome new visitors to Stillwater and show them around. That's too bad for Faith. So I don't know, we'll see. $4 for this book. Looking forward to it. So now we move on to the countdown to number 6. And this is the penultimate issue of the Immortal Hulk. This is Immortal Hulk issue 49. And here is the description that this penultimate issue gives. This is the gate into the city of suffering, to the hurt that never ends. The gate is for the lost. The gate is a thing of divine power, a thing of forever. But even for the strongest one there is, it bears the warning, abandon hope, all ye who enter here. So this looks like it's a final gate that the Immortal Hulk is going to go into. What does this gate have to offer to the other side, and what draws the Hulk to it? We'll have to read to find out, right? I don't know how Al Ewing is going to wrap all this up, but I guess we will get it maybe in issue 50 in an extra-sized issue. I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to it. Legacy numbering 766, 28 pages, $4. Can't believe this series is ending. I remember when it first kicked off, this book was on fire, right? But once this series ends, I will have every single issue of it. So I'm happy to have it. All right, so now we move on to the top 5, and number 5 goes to Firepower. This is issue 14. So Owen, right, thought he and his family could return to their normal lives, but the Serpent's Omen is called that for a reason. So it looks like things are going to really kick off now in this second story arc. I don't know if it has to go back to the first story arc where we saw this particular fighter that would turn into snakes, because on this cover we just see Owen Johnson on the cover and then there's a snake around him and all these other snakes. I don't know. So I don't know really what this second story arc is going to have to offer. The only thing that we got in issue 13 was we got to see the family really live on edge, right? Their lives can never truly be normal the way it was once again. And Owen is trying to, train his family to get ready for anything. You got to see, I think it was his daughter, learn the art of the fireball, which is kind of cool. I think Robert Kirkman's doing a great job with this. He's kind of building a world and building the characters, and I think that's what he does really well. So this is Firepower, issue 14. All right, next. Here is another new comic from Image Comics. This one looks like it could be a lot of fun if you're a Scotty Young fan. Now, he doesn't draw this book, but he does write it. And this one is called The Me You Love in the Dark. This one looks a little creepy, right? There are a ton of variants, so I'm scrolling them down for you so you can check them all out here. And if you're a fan of Stephen King and Neil Gaiman, I think you're going to enjoy this dark tale about this girl who is an artist who actually tries to get away from the city life and live in this house to get new inspiration, right? But things are not as it seems once she gets to this house. Now, it seems a little cliche. It seems like we've read this story before, but you know what? I'm a sucker for horror, and I'm very curious to see what spin Scotty Young is going to put on this tale. So I'm looking forward to it. It's 32 pages, and this one is $4. Pick your choice on those covers, guys. All right, moving on to the top 3, we move on to X-Men issue 2. Now, I think Jerry Duggan did quite a great job on the first issue. I know some people weren't digging the clubhouse or the tree house in Manhattan, but you know what? Why not? This is comics. Sometimes you just can't take things too seriously, right? I mean, you read comics when you were a kid. A lot of us have, and you're following people wearing superhero costumes. That's not real life. So why can't you have a freaking treehouse in the middle of Manhattan? Right? Don't take it too seriously. So I thought it was kind of cool. You got to see the X-Men, the new team here, form a mech. And it was like Voltron style, and they were doing battle, and you got introduced to a few new villains in the first issue. Now, there was a lot of different plot points, which could be a little bit confusing, but I thought it was kind of cool. And one of the most interesting characters was the guy who always got things taken away from him, and he was actually going to build on Mars, but who took that dream away from him? It was the X-Men. So it looks like he's going to have to get revenge on the X-Men because it took away his dream. And then you get this other guy who sits there is trying to replicate life, like try to reincarnate people, but the X-Men, the X-Men are doing it, so he's trying to copy the X-Men. So there's this intergalactic threat as well with these gamblers. So this book was great. The artwork was really well done as well. I can't wait for the next issue. 28 pages, $4. I'm on board. So now we move on to number 2, another James Tynion masterpiece, The Nice House on the Lake, issue 3. really great story as you got to see this dude by the name of Walter, who invited all his friends to come to the nice house on the lake. And he is not something from this planet. He is something much, much more. And he created this apocalyptic situation to happen around the nice house on the lake. So everyone that these people, are in this house, all the people around them, all these people are dying, their flesh is melting off of them. And the people that Walter invited to this house are all his supposed friends. So what's going to happen with these people when they try to escape? Are they going to melt? Are they going to try to take on Walter? Are they going to look for the answers here? There's so many questions to be answered when it comes to this story, and I can't wait to read more. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. It's just a lot of fun, something different, and yeah, man, Nice House on the Lake is so good. 32 pages, and this one is $4. All right, and then last but not least, my number one most anticipated comics for August, I said 4th? Yeah, August 4th, 2021. This goes to Sinister War issue 2. As a Spider-Man fan, this has to be on my most anticipated for the particular week, because not only is it Spider-Man, but I think this could be possibly Nick Spencer's best work when it comes to his run on the character, because he has unleashed all of Spider-Man's enemies upon him. And I think this obviously leads to Spider-Man's supposed death, and that's why we get Ben Reilly coming into the future. I can't wait to see all these villains. Like in issue 1, we already got to see the Sinister Six and the Savage Six, right? So you got Octopus's team, Dr. Octopus's team, and you got the Vulture's team, which, man, is so much fun to see all that. How Mark Bagley's going to draw all these characters on the page, who knows? But it's going to make for a fun and wild ride. And then a lot of people are anticipating Mary Jane and Peter Parker getting married. Could it undo Mephisto's, contract or whatever the thing may be? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really anticipating this, and this could be the Spidey books of the year. So there you guys have it. There is my top 10 most anticipated. I am sweating my ass off right now. I even have a fan here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I want to know what you guys are looking forward to reading for this particular week that the comic books are coming out. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. I'll leave you more content right here to click on. And until next time, guys, this is Spider Slayer saying enjoy those books. I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye.